Hello, everybody, and welcome to Red 2 Chatter, the show about everything Star Wars. Sorry, I'm a bit dozy because just got back from seeing a movie. I am your host, Dallin. This is Jay. That's Ryan over there.
How's it going?
And yeah, we got quite a bit of stuff to talk about.
Yeah, you just want to start with the Han Solo trailer?
I guess.
Get it out of the way.
Yeah.
Because I think it's going to take the majority of the show, so
I mean,
we may not get to all the topics.
there's some pretty good stuff like this one, but we'll get to
that
it.
after.
Yeah. Take off my jacket. So, first impressions on, well, I guess the teaser and the trailer.
Okay, I guess I can.
Yeah, go ahead.
Somebody start. All right.
Jump in.
Left
Okay.
to right.
When I first saw the teaser, I was just like, I thought it was going to be looked like it was going to be good, but it was just a lot of choppiness, and I just couldn't tell much about it. So I was like, okay, it looks like there's maybe some cool characters and there's some cool scenes, but then you also get that little bit of what it looks like is what they did with Rogue One. You kind of get that even earlier than what we're going to see on the film of him talking with the Imperial guy about becoming a pilot. Like maybe he's like 13, 14, 15.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe like 12, 11, 12.
So I think we're going to get that kind of a deal where, like you did in Rogue One, where, he's like talking, wants to be a pilot, and then more than likely they try to make him something else, like sanitation guy or something. Who knows?
Sanitation.
And that's what turns him into going elsewhere to try to becoming a pilot. Or he just doesn't follow the rules of being a pilot, like they want him to, and he gets kicked out or whatever.
Yeah,
sort of like the teaser trailer, expresses that, like, I got, they didn't want me because I had my own mind, and that kind of thing.
Now, what I find interesting about the teaser trailer is that he is going to the Imperial Flight Academy, which surprised me because I was like, I would have never guessed that early in his life Han Solo would have signed up for that.
Yeah.
But I think they pulled that a little bit out of the EU, or what is now Legends.
Yeah, because that was how it was in
Right.
EU, was that he did go to, that's where he learned how to pilot, was in the Imperial Academy, in some of the books. I don't think it was all of the books that said that, but some of the books.
Right.
That's always cool to have some more extended universe come back into canon.
And they showed a few scenes here and there just of like him on that train looking thing and the guy he was fighting, but it was like split second.
Quick little scenes that are just tied together. You're right. They didn't really make a whole lot of sense.
No.
But they were just good little tidbits.
Yeah, it was almost like like Ron Howard was in charge of the friggin' teaser trailer. Because it's just like random little
Twitter flashes.
Yeah.
Tweets.
Yeah, so it was kind of
strung together, yeah.
I mean, it still made me want to go see it, but it's just like, okay.
So I have a theory about the guy in the mask.
Alright, so getting into
the meat
more
of it.
full trailer.
Full trailer. Yeah. The guy in the mask who we see for like a couple minutes, he's fighting Han Solo on the train, looks like.
Yeah, then we see like a standoff between him and Han Solo. Looks like maybe on a beach or some sandy planet.
Which actually kind of supports my theory, if that's actually sandy. Actually, what color was the sand, real quick?
It was white
or gray?
Gold.
No, just white?
I think it was just like...
Like desert sand or beach white sand?
Or was it gray sand? Because if it's gray sand, then this actually supports my theory even more. So, in Phasma, she grew up on a planet known as Parnassus in the book. And Parnassus is basically a giant kind of dust ball of a planet. It's a wasteland. It's like Jakku in a lot of senses.
A lot of planets in Star Wars are that way.
Yeah, basically, a lot of the planets in Star Wars you do not want to live on. And on this planet is basically just gray sand desert. And the style of his armor and what it looks like, from what's described in the book, it looks like what would be Parnassus armor from like one of the tribes. Which, if that's the case, that'd be really cool to have like little callback back to Parnassus. It is a bit out on the outer rim, but that doesn't mean anything.
No, that's where Han Solo should be.
Yeah.
It's where
He's
he
not in
kind of
the-
like lives.
Yeah, the smuggling and the illegal stuff happens in the Outer Rim because
Yeah.
the Empire doesn't have as big of a
Control
or influence there.
Yeah.
Right.
Now, of course, Han Solo couldn't land on the, I think it's called the Strip. It's basically a land that's between the sea and the desert, and it's just like a big ring that basically goes around the entire planet, and that's where most of the civilization lives, but there are people who live out in the desert as well. So I think if it was going to be that, then he would be out probably more out in the desert. But if they are going to Parnassus, that'd be pretty cool to see that planet, in I know, in a movie, because I always liked Parnassus in the book. I always thought it was really cool.
Yeah, that'd be a cool sort of call out to Phasma and her culture.
Yeah.
I've also heard that, like, Star Wars Theory,
Yeah.
the YouTube channel, he was saying could be Black Sun. That guy, that character could be from Black Sun.
Oh yeah.
Then they could be on the planet Ord Mantell.
True.
Because they have that train that's similar to one that was in one of the old video games, and also in I think an episode of Clone Wars
Yeah.
where they have that underground train
Yeah.
I think that, yeah.
going into the mines. So I'm not sure if that planet was Ord Mantell, but Black Sun and the other sort of underground, crime lords were more prevalent there. So we'll have to just wait and see. It's one of those things where, like, I like your theory because it does sort of connect to the books, but a lot of people haven't,
Read the book.
that particular
Yeah.
book, so it may not. But it doesn't have to make any sense. It will make, it'll make your viewing of it a whole lot more special because you read the book.
Yeah.
For us that haven't read the book and probably thousands of others,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's just another planet of Star Wars,
Yeah.
There's no connection to them. But for you that's read the book, there's that special connection, and they do that sometimes with
Yeah.
the Star Wars movies.
Like, for example, Last Jedi, anyone who's read the Leia book, gosh dang, I was the only one without water. Anyone who's read the Leia book would know Vice Admiral Holdo
Right.
A lot more and understand her motives a bit more
Yep.
throughout the movie. So, it could be that way. Ryan actually saw something. It was the Lego sets, the Lego figures.
Is that part of our thing?
Yeah, we'll talk about those later.
Yeah.
They're coming up.
Well,
You can bring it up.
yeah,
later.
I'll bring it up right now because he said that one of the characters looked like Pike Syndicate.
Yeah. There's one of those guys that kind of looks like a Pike to me, but I don't know if that's what it is.
Could
Who
be.
knows? But yeah, this. But then when watching the full trailer though, it's like that really got me like, oh man, I want to see this because it looked like it could be really, really good.
Right. And I'm on Facebook all the time. Well, not all the time. I do have other hobbies. But I am on Facebook a lot, looking at mostly Star Wars content. And, some people are all, he doesn't look like Han Solo, or doesn't sound like Han Solo. No, he doesn't look like Harrison Ford, and he doesn't sound like Harrison Ford. He's playing Han Solo.
What are you expecting them to, like, grab a hair from Harrison Ford,
Guess
put
what?
it in a cloning little petri dish, and clone their own young Harrison Ford?
Right.
What do you expect from these people?
It's just ridiculous. I mean, I actually, you don't get to hear him much in the first little teaser that we saw during the Super Bowl. But, you only get to hear that, so you want to be a pilot, and then...
Yeah, but that's not him.
Right. No,
That's
it's mostly the Imperial talking through that whole little teaser that you hear. But then you get to hear his voice sort of do a voiceover for this other trailer. And I like it. I mean, I like the way he sounds. I like the look of the Han Solo character.
Yeah.
I like the look of the Lando character. I don't know much about Beckett. I think his name's Tobias Beckett, who's played by Woody Harrelson.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know much about his character, but
Or the lady that plays
Kira,
whatever. What's her?
Amelia
Yeah, from Game of Thrones.
Clark. Yeah, she plays Daenerys.
Daenerys Targaryen from the Game of Thrones.
Yeah,
We get
her.
to see
Yeah, we
some-
see a lot of her. She actually talks more in the trailer than I think than Han Solo does.
Yeah.
I mean, we get to see. Yeah, and her name is Kira. Her character's name. We don't know really anything about her,
Mm-hmm.
but we know that Woody Harrelson's putting together a team.
So that could actually be how Lando and Han meet, because they might be on the same
Right.
team.
Yeah.
And
Right. It might just be part of the group that Woody Harrelson's pulling together,
yeah,
and Han and Chewie might be the last part of that.
The thing is what are they pulling them together for? I mean, that's what you don't know.
I think it's just a con, maybe, or
Some sort of
scam. Who knows what he's pulling them together for?
yeah. I mean, one of the things that I really like.
Maybe it's the Kessel Run. I don't know.
One of the things that I really like in this trailer/teaser, both of them, because it shows both the same shot in both of them, is the clean, sleek interior of the
Millennium
Millennium
Falcon.
Like it's brand new.
New.
Yeah.
Like untouched.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting.
What's
to see
amazing
it.
is how bad did friggin' Han Solo treat that thing that less than 10 years.
Found a black light in here.
It's like all beat up.
It looked like a Jackson Pollock painting.
I think there's been quite a few maybe little shootouts on the Millennium Falcon.
I wouldn't be
in
surprised.
the hallways.
You know,
I
some
mean,
boardings.
Well,
Yeah.
Right.
you already saw kind of how he treated it there when he first got the Millennium Falcon. He spins it and hits that TIE fighter into
Right.
an asteroid an asteroid. So
Yeah.
he doesn't treat it too well.
Oh,
Right.
no.
I like his line there too. He's like, "Well, I thought we were in trouble there. We're fine. We're fine.
Yeah.
We're fine.
Ah!
No, we're not. Right. And then they have to fly through some big space
Tentacle.
monster.
Right, looks like some
Monster.
space octopus,
Yeah.
which is so cool to
Yeah.
like put into the movies. I mean, we've already seen like the big space slug that lived in the asteroid, so we know that there's like those huge creatures that
space
live
worm.
in outer space.
Also in Rebels, the big space whales
Yeah.
that fly around.
Okay, I still have these guys making these new movies. I still have issues with, I saw no original race characters in any of the background.
Right, or even droids. Like the new
Or
droid
droids,
looks
yeah.
completely
Different.
different. He almost looks like something out of like Lost in Space or.
Well, he kind of, to me, he kind of looked like one of those the pilot droids or whatever from the Clone Wars, you know, or like the one that Anakin hits the nose and
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
it's just a bigger version
You
of
mean
that.
the PK droid? Because that's the one where he
Taps it.
taps it
yeah.
and goes, "Ploop."
Yeah. So it kind of looked
Yeah.
like a bigger version of that. So I can kind of see it a little bit. But you're right. It definitely didn't have any throwback to any of the stuff we've already seen. And I just didn't see any of the creatures
We do know
or
there's
races from.
a Twi'lek woman in the
because
movie.
it's on that poster.
Yeah.
So at least there's that. But you definitely.
But, like, it seems like Twi'leks are the only ones getting any recognition.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see any Bith, and I don't see any
Trandoshans.
or.
Right.
Or even Barabels. Like,
Rhodians.
there's plenty of, races to choose from.
that already exist. You don't need to have brand new stuff all the time.
Yeah.
You can have a little bit of throwback, and if that would just help also pull it into A New Hope or pull it into the original
Yeah, 'cause
Star Wars trilogy.
it would make sense. It makes a bit more sense in, like, the sequel trilogy because, I'm sure they've probably expanded their reach. They're going to planets that we've never heard of before, so obviously there'd be, like, other races and stuff.
But this one's more the Outer Rim,
Yeah.
where you saw the guys we saw in A New Hope.
Yeah. Exactly. So, hopefully we get some more old races in
They
here.
don't even have to be. They don't have to say anything. They just
No,
be
just
background.
background. Yeah, just background characters.
Just
That's
like-
all we
right.
want. That's
Mon
not-
Calamari. Where's the Mon Calamari?
Yeah.
Right.
Trandoshans, man. Or Ithorians.
Yeah.
We've said this like
Oh yeah.
it's-
10,000
that's-
times,
that's
but like,
just-
it's so
well, it's
true.
It's just because every single one of these new movies that has come out, they just don't do it. And it just kind of drives me a little nuts.
Oh,
'Cause
yeah,
it's like,
yeah.
why? Why wouldn't you try to make it so it looks like the whole universe is all one big universe instead of we're gonna do all new stuff, no old throwbacks. It just kind of makes it feel like it's disjointed and it doesn't.
Bit off topic, but well, it is still kind of on topic because it's about the Han Solo movie. But our sister thinks that this new Han Solo is a bit too much like Star-Lord. Like, what are your
Well, I
thoughts
think they're going for sort of a
on that?
Indiana Jones meets Guardians of the Galaxy
Yeah,
feel.
yeah,
So I think actually Star-Lord is almost
Star-Lord-
mimics
yeah.
Han Solo.
Yeah, yeah.
Star-Lord
Where-
stole Han Solo's
so-
gig.
Yeah, basically.
Right. Han Solo did it first, just like he shot first.
Uh-huh.
Han Solo was Han Solo first.
Yeah, I mean, Star-Lord might have been in the comics before there was a Han Solo, but on the
big
big screen, there was a Han Solo way before there was a
In
Star-Lord.
1977.
Yeah, so
yeah. So yeah, that's what I thought as well.
So, right, to say that this new Han Solo looks like Star-Lord, I think Star-Lord sort of mimics what Han Solo,
Han Solo was, yeah.
in the 70s and 80s.
In fact, if you think about it, Star-Lord is kind of a, when you really look at his character, he's kind of a mixture between Lando and Han in a lot of ways.
Yeah, trying to be
Suave.
and
Yeah, at the same time being like a bit, scoundrelly. Scoundrelly.
Right. So here's another question about the Han Solo movie. Now that we've seen a trailer,
Yes.
where do you think this ends? Like, obviously we don't have any sort of ties to a lot of the characters other than Han, Chewie, and Lando going forward past, in the timeline.
yeah. So what happens to Kira? And there's another woman in there,
Played by Tandy Newton.
and then there's another like alien-looking
Alien with
creature,
four arms.
and then you got
Woody Harrelson.
Harrelson's character. So yeah, what happened to all four of them?
Right, did
That
they
they
get
died,
caught, killed,
Run away.
imprisoned?
or they just break up as a team because they,
Right. Do they become enemies?
yeah,
Like, does Han swindle them?
Han
Steal
and Lando screw him over.
Yeah, and then
them and Chewie
and then
take
to
off.
figure out, well, here it is. Maybe Honda and Lando and Chewie do screw over the other ones, and to decide who gets the Falcon, they have a game of sabacc.
Yeah, maybe.
And it just zooms out as they're playing
Right.
the game of sabacc. And
we
then
know
that's the
Han
end of the-
Solo gets it. We know he
That's the
wins.
end
he
of the-
wins. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see where they do leave it off,
Right, like
because you can't bring it all the way to him walking into the cantina. I don't think.
no, you have to end
No.
it way before that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You have to end it basically with just him and Chewie flying off from the Millennium Falcon after they won the game of sabacc. I mean, where else do you leave it?
Yeah.
hopefully they have that the game of sabacc where he wins
I
the
hope
Millennium
so.
It's
Falcon.
got to
That's-
end that way. It's
hopefully
got to
that's
end
how
that
the end of the movie
Like,
is.
that's got to be the last
fun.
time Han and Lando see each other, is at the end of this movie. That's in my mind.
Yeah.
Like, and then the next time you see Lando and Han together is at Cloud City.
Yep.
Yep.
That'd
We'll
be
just have to-
that'd be pretty good.
We'll have to wait and see. I'm excited for this movie now. That
Oh,
I've
yeah,
seen
me
the
too.
Trailer, me
I'm-
too.
Like,
I'm very
I
excited.
think it's just gonna be fun.
Yes, I think it's going to be an entertaining
Completely
movie.
different sort of Star Wars movie. I think it's just gonna be fun. I
I'm
think.
always up for
Even way different than Rogue One.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to more of just an action movie.
Right.
That's a Star Wars movie. It doesn't have to have, it doesn't have to feel like it's,
Like,
A New Hope or it's got a
Absolutely no force powers.
It doesn't have to have that like epic like
feeling.
saga feeling
feel
to it.
No,
It
just
has
a
to be
good,
a nice, fun
good,
story.
entertaining movie.
Right.
That's what I'm looking forward to.
Yep, definitely what I'm looking forward to. And that that's where my expectations lie for this movie. Is just
Yeah.
a fun movie.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not looking for like a real deep depth movie like you got with like A New Hope or any of those.
Or even Rogue One
yeah,
Or Last
was a little
Jedi.
deeper.
That was
a little darker.
super in
I think
depth.
this one's going to be a little more fun, a little more upbeat, a little more
Have a little more edge to it,
edge
maybe.
to it. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm excited for it. Going forward.
Yeah, me too.
Kind of
Right,
to see
that-
what comes next, really, for their marketing.
Oh yeah,
Like, well, we'll get to the posters,
yeah.
which I think are cool.
So I guess we'll start off actually kind of with another Han Solo thing. Toy Leak shows off all the characters. I haven't looked at this.
Yeah, it's the
No.
Legos, the little Lego minifigures.
Oh no, he showed me this. I
Yeah.
have looked at this.
It's the Lego minifigures. And it's a leak, but I don't think it spoils anything.
No, I didn't even know like who the first one was. It's like I don't know who that is. It's some lady.
lady?
Moving
It must
on.
be Kira.
Yeah, that's what I'm guessing. That's after
like
seeing
her-
the trailer. That's
Yeah,
who
going
that
back
is.
to the trailer, I like her look when
This
it looks
one?
like she's
Yeah.
coming off the Millennium Falcon. She's got like that red cape on.
Ah.
That
Yeah.
looks like a really cool look.
Then there's
Lando.
There's Lando and his yellow instead of blue.
I think we're gonna see Lando in a variety of different outfits in this
Outfits, yeah.
movie.
Yeah, me too.
First, when you see him there, he's in like the fur coat. I mean, you haven't heard him say anything yet.
The one of the oldest characters of Star Wars, Chewbacca, because he was back in the Clone Wars.
Yeah.
And he's still kicking in Last Jedi.
He knows Yoda.
Uh-huh. He does know Yoda.
That's pretty crazy, really, how old Chewbacca is.
He helps
Yeah.
Yoda escape.
We got, I don't know who this
Kashyyyk.
is.
I think that's just an Imperial soldier.
Yeah.
That'd be my guess.
Or is
Imperial.
it Luke or not Luke?
Han.
Is it Han in disguise?
Maybe it's Han in
Maybe.
disguise.
Because right next here is Han.
Yeah, it's got the same little
got the-
scar in his
yeah,
face.
and his
I think it's
same
Han in
smirk.
disguise. Yeah.
Okay. Another Han,
That's
another
another Han.
outfit.
It looks like the one he is when he's piloting that speeder
Yeah.
in the
Yeah.
city there.
Yeah.
Looks like that outfit.
And I think that's Kira.
Kira.
Here again.
And that's just some sort of... Because he's
I
got a
think that's
mustache and a little...
Yeah, I think that's just
Unless,
a trooper.
unless
patch.
that's like Woody Harrelson dressed
Oh,
up.
it could be. With the soul patch.
Might be. Is that
That-
the one you're talking about?
No, not
No,
that
but
one.
This guy looks cool.
That guy looks cool, though.
He looks familiar too.
Like he is
He
an
almost
old
look-
race.
That one almost looks like a female... A little bit like a female Tusken Raider,
Raider.
but that's not what it is.
No,
Yeah.
no. Because the
Just-
female Tusken Raider would have like the big long thing that would go down like right here.
True.
It would
I
have
don't
the big long like kind of like a tank tread.
Yeah, I don't know what that
That's
is.
kind of what it looks like.
Yeah, I don't know who that is.
Looks cool though.
Yeah.
That's
that-
the one
that
with
looks
the
like
Pike
a
Syndicate.
Pike.
Syndicate. I mean, just look at the clothes, and then also the tubes coming down, and then the face hidden in the shadows with the very narrow looking face. It does look like a Pike.
To me, it looks like
Syndicate
Pike
person.
Syndicate.
That would be
person.
cool because that would like help connect some of the Clone Wars stuff
Yeah.
to this movie.
Now I have no idea who this is with the whip.
Nope.
Nope.
Some guy with the whip. That
That looks like a droid.
Yeah, when we first saw that, we were thinking Balatik and his
The
crew of
Guavian.
Guavian
Yeah, yeah.
Death
Death
Gang,
Gang.
but then it was like, no, that's not.
That's a droid.
quite Guavian Death Gang looking. Yeah, it's a droid.
And then this one is really interesting because it's an astromech and like a gonk droid.
droid
It's
in
like-
combined.
Yeah, it could be somebody like a tinkerer, one of the guys on the team, maybe, and they
Yeah.
sort of put the two droids together.
Yeah, because it definitely looked gonk droid legs with the astromech body.
Yeah, with an R5.
Yeah, R5 looking top.
Yeah.
And then another Imperial,
Imperial
guy.
guy. A new
Some
kind of
stormtrooper.
stormtrooper. I'm
Right.
not sure exactly what kind of stormtrooper this is. It's like, got the black on it and stuff.
Yeah, it's definitely not a normal stormtrooper
Right,
look.
I mean, they have all kinds of helmets for different
Yeah.
planets. I mean, just a specific planet they put different. Viking
Yeah.
Scouts had their little thing, and the Snow Troopers had their.
Yeah.
Based on the planet's atmosphere, maybe
they change it up.
have
Yeah.
to change their helmets out.
By the way, I will be putting all these pictures like somewhere around this screen. I don't know where. It always changes. We got like a female Imperial.
And that could be Kira in disguise.
Nice.
I mean,
Who
It
knows?
could be.
I think that's the last. No,
Nope.
there's one more stormtrooper that has
some
Camouflage.
some weird looking camouflage. So,
Camo
oh
trooper.
yeah, and then the
TIE fighter
pilot, which makes sense since he was
And
trying to
then
get into the
that's
TIE
it.
fighter.
Right.
That's all of them.
There's quite a few though, man. That means
Right.
I'm gonna be buying a lot of sets. I have
Yeah,
a feeling.
I really like it though.
yeah, I don't think they give too much away. That's why I
No.
didn't mind putting it up
Yeah, they don't give
on,
away
on our
spoilers.
Facebook page. No, it doesn't spoil anything.
Besides, like, oh, they're gonna be in disguise at some point.
Right.
So that's about it.
Right. Oh, they might be in disguise, or that might be actually what they were doing before they decided to do something else.
Yeah. The next topic that we have is actually Episode 9 related. Snoke to return in Star Wars Episode 9. Andy
Question mark?
Question mark. Not a statement.
Episode 9. That's why my
Right.
voice went up.
In episode 9?
Maybe. Andy Serkis chimes in. So he goes, look, it's Star Wars, so you never know how life or whether life can come back or not. Whether you can be resuscitated or brought back, I was shocked dramatically. It felt absolutely right for that moment in the film, so I didn't question it. I just think it's a very, very important scene, so I didn't question it. But I do, and I know it's left fans feeling like that they were really searching for something there. And what I'm saying is, who knows?
They said a lot, but really didn't say much.
Yeah.
Which is what most actors do when questioned about a movie. Because in reality, they know nothing.
Yeah.
Other than what they just spewed out on screen and during their takes.
No,
I mean, people ask
he doesn't have
questions.
He doesn't have a script, so he has
He's
no
not
clue.
writing the script.
Yep.
Has nothing to do with the storyboarding and or any of that stuff, or the story going forward. Has no idea.
Yeah. No.
So I think it's always funny.
When they ask actors, "What do you think's going to happen in the next episode?" I don't even
don't
have the
know.
script yet, so I have no clue.
I'm not the writer.
They have to tell me, and then I'll know what to do.
Yeah. That's our job as
how it
actors.
works. Right.
We get directed.
I think people get so wrapped up in that they think that
They know everything about
right.
what's going on.
Mark Hamill must know everything about Luke Skywalker's entire history.
No, he doesn't.
Everything that happened between Return of the Jedi and Force Awakens. Mark Hamill has to know all of that stuff.
No.
He knows nothing.
Yeah,
He only knows what he's read in the script and what he's been told.
Yep.
That's it. So I always think it's funny when they... But would I like to see Snoke return in Episode 9? I'm actually for that.
Yes.
Yeah.
If they can make it make sense.
Yeah, if they can make it work.
Yep.
Then bring him back. Then by all means, bring him back.
I'd be all for it.
I mean, hey, even our sister was pretty supportive of the idea that it could be Emperor Palpatine that that's
Manipulating the whole thing.
Yeah. So
Or Palpatine's
Force
Sith ghost or
Sith
whatever you want to call
Ghost,
it.
yeah. So we have EA calls Star Wars Battlefront 2 controversy a learning experience. Listen here.
Moving on.
Listen here. To EA, there's no such thing as a learning experience.
Not when you're trying to make a a friggin' game that's this big.
Yeah.
It's not, you don't go out there and get this much money to spend on a game to make a game and go, oh, well, this is a learning experience. I spent $10 million. I spent $200 million or whatever to learn that the stove is hot when it's on.
That's government spending.
Yeah, but still, that's close to the same thing.
Right.
Though. You just can't.
Yeah, like it's like, oh yeah, maybe we shouldn't put gambling Maybe we shouldn't put gambling systems in our games as a necessity, because if you didn't use the gambling system in the game, then like you're just left behind in the dust. So you have to use the gambling system in the game. It's like almost required unless you want to sit down and play over 1,000 hours of the game. Like, yeah, it's a learning experience.
Yeah,
It's
you
a
can't
learning
be. You
experience.
can't be. Didn't you learn anything from Battlefront 1?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
Apparently you can't-
there's certain games that you want to spend hours and hours and hours on building characters. You know, like Ultima Online or Warcraft or any of those like multi
The thing is that those
online
are
role-playing games.
MMORPGs,
right?
Where you can actually develop your character, put them in really cool armor. This one is just a multiplayer shooter game.
Right.
Not like some people definitely will put hours and hours and hours into that game, but a lot of people won't. It's just kind of something to pass the time with. Or entertain themselves, or just sit down and have a good time. That's what Halo was for a lot of people.
Yeah, but then there was those crazy people that put hours and hours and hours into it to be able to do jumping headshots from like 2 miles
or the
away.
rocket jumps where they would like point at their feet and then jump at just the right millisecond and then shoot their rocket underneath of them to get a higher jump.
Yeah, like, how do you learn that crap?
Yeah.
That's just thousands.
You spend thousands of hours, or you watch somebody's
on YouTube
video that did it, and you try to duplicate that.
But I just
240p.
In my opinion, EA will never learn.
No, and
so,
I mean,
so if I was Lucas
here's the
Films,
thing. They don't
and
really
Disney,
need to.
No, because they're one of the biggest. They're like they're like Amazon.
No, yeah.
They just dominate.
They
They're
just
so huge.
dominate, monopolize the
good
industry.
news is that their contract with the Star Wars games expires I think I heard 2020.
Yeah, go to someone else.
Yeah.
I would highly
Don't
recommend
renew the
going with someone
contract,
else.
Disney. Don't renew it.
Well, just go with who's best. Just let everybody make a Star Wars game instead of exclusive with one company.
Yeah, exactly.
Right, because you just get a whole bunch of different
varieties of games.
Of genres, yeah. And different companies putting their own, spin on it.
Right.
it'd just be a lot more interesting and a lot more fun, other than just having a Battlefront game every
3 years.
I think the smart thing for Disney to do would be to just come out and say, all right, going forward, none of our video games affect canon whatsoever.
Yeah.
Go have fun.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the other thing they should do.
That's one of the problems with the Star Wars, the Battlefront 2 story mode, is that it's so afraid of getting rid of canon, like, of contradicting canon, that they don't do anything interesting or new. But as the old saying goes, nothing ventured, nothing gained.
Right.
Like, so if you're just gonna keep being so safe with it, it's not gonna work.
I think they just need to turn loose of the whole canon hold on the gaming industry.
Yes.
Just let them go.
Yeah.
Just fans have to understand this isn't canon.
It's
Yes.
not
What you do in this game has no
bearing
on anything the movies or the comic books or the other books.
Or you can make it kind of ambiguous.
Right.
Like, maybe this is canon, maybe it isn't.
Right. If you can make it ambiguous,
It's up to you.
like an Uncharted type game
Yeah.
that takes place in the Star Wars universe
Yeah.
on a planet we haven't ever heard of. Yeah, sure, it could be going on at the same time. You're not affecting anything that the Empire's doing to the rebels and the,
Exactly.
Yeah. I think you can make that happen.
Or
they just have to be willing to turn loose those reins, I think, and just let them do it.
Yeah, exactly.
You'll get a better product.
Exactly. Yeah, it's just something that they need to do, because when you look at the old Star Wars games, crazy crap happened in those games. Like, all of a sudden in like, I think it was like Bounty Hunter game, you'd be fighting someone on Tatooine, suddenly a crate dragon comes out and you have to fight that off instead. None of that happens in this game. The only enemies that you have in Battlefront 2 are Imperial or Rebel soldiers, just regular nameless, no bosses, none of that, just regular nameless foot soldiers, or bugs. And that's it. Those are the only enemies you fight throughout the entire campaign, and it's so boring.
Yeah, they've got to. Yeah, just let the gaming guys do what they do best, and make good games, and just say none of this is canon.
Right, because it's easy to tailor a novel to the canon. It's easy to tailor a comic book to the canon. It's hard when you're allowing a player to affect what the story is being told in a video game be canon, because the player isn't in the movies or isn't, because they're going to make different choices.
Yes, that's why you just need to get. I agree with you guys totally. They need to release the grip that Canon has on
the gaming.
video games.
Yep.
Enough of this. Vader, release him.
As you wish.
This bickering is pointless.
And you make the games would be way better, and you would sell way more.
Yeah.
And you have more people getting into the Star Wars universe through gaming.
Right, and then if that game does really well, you can maybe do a side story, a movie, or something that was off that game.
Yeah, even just some of the elements of that game can get pulled into canon if people really love it.
I kind of wish that my editing skills were really good, so that way I could just put like the clip of Vader choking out that one guy and just like put canon over Vader's face and the gaming industry or the games on the guy he's choking out, and Tarkin is Disney and he's like, Vader, let him go.
Vader, release him.
Yeah, I think that'd be a really good little clip to do. But
try to figure out how to do it, man. Stick it on our Facebook
I would
page.
love to do it. But the last thing I'll say is that the one thing that EA said that was just so stupid was like, oh, we don't want to make a DOC or like, cosmetic things for anything, like, because we don't want to affect canon because, you don't want to see Vader in like a pink suit or whatever because we don't want to affect canon. But yeah, this is the same exact multiplayer game that lets you face Darth Maul with Rey. What? It's like completely just over their heads. Whatever. Next topic. I'm done with
before Dallin gets really upset.
The Last Jedi never featured a Han Solo funeral, and here's why. I'm guessing because, like, it wasn't important.
It wasn't. There's no time for it.
And also,
When
it wasn't
was there
the
a time
focus.
for it?
Yeah, exactly. They were escaping, like, right after crap went down. Like,
Right. They had to leave that planet.
it's not like they could have
And they didn't have
did
like.
a funeral on the
They
ship.
didn't have funerals for other. I mean, there was the only moment that you got
Was
when
there
we
a
lost
funeral for
Ben
Porkins?
Kenobi.
No.
When we lost Obi-Wan, there was just the moment that Luke had on the ship where he was.
And it was like a
sad
split
because
second before
Leia comes in. Or Han's like, "This ain't over yet, kid,"
Yep.
and he has to go right back to work.
Yeah.
So you get that little bit of moment, and you do get one here. You get one when, like, Rey comes back with Chewie, albeit Chewie should have been the one that hugged Leia when he got off the Falcon.
Yes, I agree.
J.J. Abrams dropped that ball, but
No, not Abrams.
yeah,
Ryan
J.J.
Abrams.
Abrams.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
In
J.J.
in
Force
Force Awakens. Yeah, J.J. Abrams did drop the ball. It should have been Chewie.
Should have been Chewie to hug Leia first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then they could have had that little moment, And then we get one a little bit with Chewie and,
looking down.
and Luke.
Oh yeah, it's true. Yeah. We do get.
Where's Han?
Yeah.
You get that moment from Luke.
Yeah.
The Millennium Falcon. Where's Han?
Yeah.
Because he has
Yeah.
no idea. So you know that they explained to him what happened
Yes.
Yeah.
in that moment. So you get the small little moments of Han's funeral, but you don't get Han's funeral, and it wasn't
And
needed.
I mean,
And
he still gets some recognition because of the dice
right.
and stuff, and that's a big symbol of Han Solo.
And I think we're also going to get it in the novelization. There might be a little bit more
yeah.
like remembrance of Han and all that
yeah.
kind of stuff.
I
Or you
agree.
can read what Ryan Johnson said, but that's basically what he said.
Yeah, he says there is no debate of showing there was no debate of showing Han Solo's funeral, just because pacing wise it didn't have a place. It's tough in Star Wars because I always think about the mourning that Luke gives to Ben's death, which is all of 4.5 seconds before "come on, kid, we're not out of this yet," and then boom, you're into "yay, woohoo, don't get cocky." There's the moment for it, but it's not long, and we don't have time for our sorrows, commanders. It's the kind of thing of Star Wars. You don't really linger on grief because you're moving forward. I mean, there was that moment in Force Awakens where Chewbacca, he's sitting alone before R2-D2 reawakens, and you just see him just kind of
Yeah.
Right.
He's over
sitting
there. He's
and
mourning.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I think that's a really good, part.
Right. You just get those little moments.
Yeah.
You didn't need like
A big
a
funeral procession. And,
Yeah, no. You don't need
burial-
the
people viewing the
Padme.
body and
Well,
You
there
don't
was
need
no
the-
body, but
viewing a casket.
casket.
You don't need the Padme scene from Revenge of the Sith,
Right.
where she's like, they
having
have
a
the
procession.
Big,
Big
yeah,
giant funeral procession. Yeah.
I mean, but for her, it kind of made a bit more sense.
No,
'cause
she was a queen.
princess.
She
Yeah,
was a queen.
And it was at the end of the movie.
Yeah,
I mean, if they
and
were
there
going to
wasn't
do it,
there wasn't anything major happening at the end of the movie
right?
either.
If they were going to do it, they needed to do it at the end of Force Awakens
Yes.
and not during The Last Jedi.
yes.
That
But time was kind of the essence.
Right.
So,
right.
there was a time for mourning, but there was also a time for action,
Right.
and action overtook it.
Yeah.
And so they had to take action.
Yeah, they no time for our sorrows.
How many times can you say action in one action?
Action.
Action
Action,
thing?
action.
The action film is action.
Action.
There's a lot of action.
A lot of action in this action.
Alright.
So,
So next one, that was we've already covered the Han Solo thing.
it was
Happy birthday to Warwick Davis. Bit late. It was on the 3rd. We're recording this on the 6th. This probably won't go up until like the 9th.
And if you don't know who that is, then you're not a real Star Wars
No.
fan. If you don't know who Warwick Davis
Willow.
is, if you don't know,
Willow.
if you don't know he's Leprechaun in those movies, The Leprechaun.
I remember those movies. Terrible movies.
Yeah,
But,
yeah.
yeah, whatever.
No. But obviously he's Wicket.
Yes. We got Star Wars story products revealed for the first.
yeah, these are the Hasbro
Figures.
figures that are revealed
I haven't seen these yet.
Just for
either.
the Han Solo.
for the Han Solo movie.
I
Yeah.
saw these too. There's some interesting ones in here.
Yeah, I thought there was a few.
Nothing that's
Slowly.
revealing of the
no,
movie, but
no, nothing that really.
yeah, right there's the photo.
Yeah, It's just a Twitter photo. So
You know how
I have
much,
to go into Twitter to see this.
don't know how much bigger you can actually make it. Not much.
There we go. So we got Chewbacca up on top.
Is that the case that they're going to come in
I
next
think
to Chewbacca? Like a full-on cardboard box instead of
Like
what
the like the Black Series? Because isn't
Well,
that
now
what the Black Series?
or are these Black Series?
these aren't Black Series. I don't think. I think this is a. And
How tall are they?
I have one for Dallin, but I didn't bring it tonight. I'll have to bring it. But I have one that's in a similar box that I found out in Vegas
Of who?
of Phasma.
Oh,
That's in a similar shaped box. That's the first one I've ever seen.
Huh.
I saw it found it at a Walgreens out in Vegas.
Interesting, because
So-
do they have any
To
hooks
find-
on them at all?
Mm-mm.
Ah, crud.
ah, dang.
My pegboard ain't going to work to hold them up.
Unless you
You
can
have to
get
get
one of
some
those
pegboard
little,
shelves.
Yeah, I'm going to have to get
or
pegboard shells.
or
Oh,
unless
that
you can
sucks.
like somehow like I don't know, MacGyver it and tape a hook
Ah,
to
I
the.
don't want to. You don't want to put anything on there like tape.
No.
But there's some pretty cool ones. There's Chewie, and there's Lando, and there's that
That's
one
that
guy.
guy.
Yeah, the
Okay.
guy who's fighting on Han
Is that
Solo.
new stormtrooper?
Stormtrooper, and then it looks
Looks
like
like Kira down there at the bottom. Looks like Lando and his droid
Yeah.
co-pilot.
Where's Lobot?
where's Lobot?
I don't know that. I think Lobot came as part of the
That's
Cloud City, deal.
Maybe.
The Tibetan
That's
gas,
always
the
been my
Tibetan gas
sort of,
mine.
That's always been my sort of
Hey.
take on it.
Han Solo Monopoly. Sign me up.
I wonder if they have. I'm gonna have to look it up and see if they have any newer, like more recent Trivial Pursuit Star Wars that
They
has like
should.
the prequels, the original, and maybe Force Awakens. If I wouldn't have
Maybe Rogue One.
and Rogue One. 'Cause,
Yeah.
man, that one would be. I wouldn't be as good at it as I am with the.
Right, and
I
the
have
Clone
to-
Wars. Oh man,
And if you add the Clone Wars in there,
And
yeah.
Rebels.
Yeah, and Rebels. Oh man, you have a tough. Because I have the old school one where it's just basically the original trilogy, and I can just smoke those questions.
yeah.
It's
What
not
was the
even easy.
third
It's not even
line of
hard.
Ezra Bridger in season 2,
Well,
episode 3?
Anytime you start doing that, it's almost impossible.
Unless
It's
you
pretty like
watch
just
those.
throw out the little numbers, Docking Bay 94 and
yeah.
all those types of things.
Yeah, what's the name of the stormtrooper that gets called?
TK421.
Yeah, TK421.
Yeah, like those type of
Right.
trivia questions, like what's the odds of surviving an asteroid field?
Or
3,720 to 1.
what are the odds of going through the crate caves without getting lost? It's
Yeah,
like
that was-
15,000 something.
Yeah, I don't remember that.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that movie enough to know
Right.
what the answer is.
It's coming out on. I think I have a thing up here. It's coming out on DVD soon, or Blu-ray and DVD.
What? The
Last Jedi.
We're
Sometime
already?
in March.
Wow.
It's March. Sometime next month.
I guess that's like 3 months after the movie, so it's
Was
not a big
released,
deal.
yeah.
Alright, we got some posters.
I haven't
These
seen
are-
these.
I
These
like
are
these
interesting.
posters.
These ones take me back
Go
to
down
the
to the
set.
next
That,
picture.
that right there takes me back to the 70s.
They start showing them individually. Yes.
Yes,
Solo.
this is totally 70s look.
Right,
Yeah.
It kind of fits
Or-
that time period
Yeah.
in Star Wars.
Yep, that
Look
one right
at the...
there. That's a cool poster.
Do you see how
But
the...
there's not a gap in the Millennium Falcon and
Yeah.
the original one.
Yeah. It's like a bit more of a diamond shape.
Yeah, it's
That was
the,
like where
the
the-
round with the diamond.
Right. There was like a piece that went across that gap.
I think that was
Yeah.
maybe even cargo could be. That might be the cargo bay,
Yeah.
like the main cargo bay, and it's not on the Millennium Falcon anymore.
Right. I bet Solo shedded it for weight reduction.
Yeah.
The Lando one looks cool.
Oh,
I like the background there with the. He really pops in that because of
Yeah.
his yellow against that blue background.
And he's still got his blue coat, or his blue cape.
Cape.
Yeah.
Yep.
So he's got the same cape. Just different shirt.
You get the
That's Kira. There's
Chewie.
Chewie.
Is that the bowcaster or is that a different weapon?
No, that's a different weapon. That ain't
Yeah,
the
different.
bowcaster.
It's been interesting to see if he collects
Collects
the
the
bowcaster
bowcaster
at some point. in
Well, like the
this
movie.
movie?
the bowcaster's supposed to be a Wookiee
Right.
A Wookiee
staple,
staple weapon.
Yeah.
But he may not have one when they first meet. He might get
What
one
I
from
think.
another Wookiee.
What if Chewie's a slave?
Yeah, I think they got to have that in this movie, right?
I think they sort of
The
pull that
slave-
from the old
Extended
universe
universe.
as well.
Yeah. He could be an Imperial slave.
That the Imperials were using Wookiees as slave labor.
Yeah. They might not be building the Death Star like in
Right.
their extended universe. But
Because
they
the
could,
Geonosians built the
Yes.
Death Star, or
Yeah.
they were in the beginning stages of
Yes.
doing
You
it.
They
gotta
were-
have
they
the
were
li-
like making the blueprint.
Now, does this movie have to have the life debt and the explanation of what that is? Why
I'm
Chewie
pretty
is
sure.
Yeah.
him and Han are together as a duo?
You'll probably get Han explain it to somebody like
Kira?
Harrison
Maybe?
Ford's character, or not Harrison Ford, Woody Harrelson's
Harrelson's
character.
character.
Yeah, that's hard. That's
Right.
confusing.
Woody Harrelson's
Harrelson's
character.
I gotta get his
or
character name down and
Amelia.
start calling by that.
It's Beckett. His last
it
name
same
is Beckett.
Beckett? Okay.
Yeah. Or Kira. Maybe he's explaining it
It's
to
to her.
Kira what the relationship
So
between,
between-
or even Lando.
Yeah, or even Lando.
It's got to be in there somewhere.
Right.
Do you think Chewie will never like Lando? Because, like...
Oh, well...
Or do you think he only hates him after he puts him in carbonite?
Well, of course he's pissed off
Yeah.
about that. He betrayed them.
Chokes
I
him out.
I think he was fine with Lando until he betrayed him, and then
Yeah.
he was pissed.
And then they sort of came back around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the Return of the Jedi.
Do you think Nub Nub is going to be in this movie?
Named him?
I don't know.
Maybe.
Maybe. Because he is...
He's more part of the rebellion, though, than like Lando's.
He did fly with Lando, though,
yeah.
in the Millennium Falcon.
That
But maybe that was just coincidence.
Maybe.
Maybe Lando got his pick of co-pilots, and he's like, "I'll take this guy." Like picking
I
teams
do want...
for-
Do you do that?
right. I'll take this guy that I can't understand. All right, what's up next?
Star Wars: The Screaming Citadel wins the Diamond Gem Award, which, if you guys don't know, is a comic book award.
The Screaming Citadel is a comic
Yes.
book, and
it's really a sort of a crossover between the Star Wars book and the Dr. Aphra book, and where basically Luke and Dr. Aphra have to work together.
Yep.
But it's picked, it's a number one, and the award is for Best Licensed Comic Book of the Year. So, officially licensed comic book.
That's pretty cool.
That's
Yeah.
cool. Yep, they got recognized for that. I
That's
don't
some
have that
recognition.
one.
Me neither. I need to pick it.
I'm gonna
I'm
pick
going
a
to try to
st-
see if I can find it in
The
the trade
paper. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I'm gonna do. So
Like
with
that
a lot of
storyline.
with a lot of these ones, because I just can't keep up going every week or every month and buying
it
freaking comic books.
Just crushes my bank account.
My
I
wallet.
gotta, yeah. What I gotta do
hungry.
is, what I've got to do is go and just pick up the
Trades.
trades
When
once
they
they come
come
out
out.
and they put all the comics to what a trade.
That's probably-
What a trade
I-
is they take all the comics, like 5, 6, 10 comics, they put them all together in one comic.
Right,
book,
I,
so you don't
I
have
prefer to read it that way because I want to read the entire
thing.
Yeah, I want to
at
like
once.
binge it.
Right.
Yeah.
instead of wait a month
Yeah,
or
I mean-
2 weeks or 3 weeks.
I haven't read all of my Star
Wars?
Wars ones because I read them up for a while and I kept up with it, and then it's just like I can't wait every month
Right,
and try
because
to
then
read
you have
these.
to
So I'm
like
just gonna
go
wait till
back
they're
and
done.
read a few and
Yeah.
like to get caught back up. Oh, okay, that's where we were.
So what I've been waiting for is them to finish all the whole series off, and then I'll just start from the beginning and read the
get
whole
the
thing.
compendium. That's
It'll-
the entire book,
book.
of the whole thing.
Yeah. So yeah, that's what I'm waiting for. I'm still collecting them, but
Right.
I need that compendium so I can just read the whole thing
Yeah.
all the way through
Yeah.
like I do novels.
Right.
This one, Ryan and I know of. It's The Last Jedi Blu-ray may cram in 2 hours worth of bonus features.
I'm interested to watch that.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, that's basically as long as the movie.
Behind the scenes,
Now,
or
Ryan Johnson has said
kinds
there
of stuff.
won't be a director's cut of the movie. There'll just be
Yeah.
bonus scenes, and that's the way it
That's
should
fine.
be.
Yeah.
yeah,
I
'cause-
don't need director's cuts.
Well, if you're gonna do a director's cut, just give me that movie at the
Put
theater.
that movie
Yeah,
out
yeah.
in the first place.
Yes.
Unless, like,
That's what Batman v Superman should have done. They should have put the director's cut in the movie.
the reason why they
it was
put the
actually a
director's
better movie.
the reason why they put the director's cut out is because they knew they screwed up,
Right.
so they had to do some damage control.
Right.
But I'm interested to watch it. I haven't even watched the bonus features on Force Awakens. I need to.
Yeah, I haven't
watch
watched those
that.
either. I need to watch that.
We got and then this is the most. No, not this. So second most recent news.
This one's kind of interesting, really, if you
David
think about it.
Benioff and D.B. Weiss to write and produce new Star Wars series, which is going to be movies.
Yeah.
Right.
And if you don't know who these two guys are, We guess we need to explain who they are. Dave Binoff.
They were
and
showrunners.
Weiss.
Showrunners for
Game of
Game of
Thrones.
Thrones.
Yep.
And as I think all of us think, Game of Thrones is better than the books. the show is
way better. Way better than the books.
I haven't even read them, so of course it's better. Than the book.
But it just makes more sense than the books. It's way.
Yeah.
It's just better.
But I'm excited for this.
Yeah, I'm a huge Game of Thrones fan, so
Oh yeah, me too.
I'm super excited to hear this news.
When I first read it, I was like, "Oh, a series, sweet! It's gonna be
Now-
like on
Like
a
a
Netflix
right.
series." But then it said films. I was like, "Well, that's still cool."
Yeah.
But I would still want. But whatever.
Well, there's still hope in the next one. But
Yeah, I know.
We'll get to that. This actually.
But these guys did really well with Game of Thrones, so I think they could do some kick butt stuff. And this
yeah.
was where I might get my darker movie.
Yes.
Is
Now,
from these two guys.
I don't think it'll be R-rated.
No,
But I think
'cause
it will
Disney
definitely be
it's got the
darker PG-13.
It's got the Disney brand on it, so you're not
Well, I
going to
mean,
get more than likely get
Unless
rated
if you're
R.
doing Netflix original, then you
Then
can
you
go
can go
R.
R, yeah.
Yeah, in it. But
Yeah, Marvel's done it. So.
Yep, Marvel has done it. But I'm excited. This article comes from thanks to our sister for finding it.
Yeah, she saw it and then sent it or tagged me in it, and then after she tagged me, I saw it about 6 other ones I follow were starting to post up the same news. So she kind of like right in the beginning of the breaking news.
Yeah. But yes, very excited for this.
Yeah.
So it's not going to be the part of the saga. It's not going to be have anything to do with Ryan Johnson's trilogy. This is totally
We don't
just
even
these two guys
know if
get to
it's-
just do whatever they want.
Yeah.
I'm loving what Disney's doing here and just letting people take the Star Wars universe and let them create
Just mold it. Yeah.
their own.
Yeah, especially if it's elsewhere in the galaxy.
Yes.
And is
Then you're
not
basically
connected, really.
completely free because from that
Completely.
point anything can be canon. Like who knows?
as long as you're not involving any
sky's
of
the limit,
the
you know.
core characters,
Or
you can
actually-
do whatever you want.
Hey, this is space, so there is no limit. There. Okay, so I want to explain what happens there because I notice it in editing. What happens there is that it cuts out for a little bit, but then it instantly starts recording again, so we lose maybe 2 seconds of video. It's weird.
That's
I don't
weird. I don't understand.
get it.
Okay,
Anyway.
new camera is on the list of items we need.
We got Bob Iger confirms multiple Star Wars TV series is in development,
Bob Iger is the head of Disney.
Okay, head of Disney.
which is
Pretty
cool.
That's multiple Star Wars
Multiple
TV
Star Wars
series
TV
are in
series are in
development. And this is going to be on Disney's streaming
on their
channel.
streaming channel. Yeah,
So you're going to have to get Disney streaming if you want to watch any of these.
and some of it might include animated stuff on Disney XD. I mean,
yeah, or maybe even something on ABC
right?
because
They own that
Yep.
as well.
True, they
Disney
do.
owns that as well, so we might get something there as well.
yeah,
Just like DC's doing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, DC has multiple platforms they run.
oh yeah, they
content on.
have Cartoon Network,
Right.
they have CW, yeah, they have a whole bunch of stuff.
CW
Plus
might as well
movies.
just be called DC.
Yeah.
I mean, that's basically that whole channel is almost all
Right.
So
DC
basically,
content.
anyone
Like-
ever watches it for too.
5 nights a week, prime time. There's a DC
Flash,
show.
Arrow, yeah, any of those.
What was it Legends or
Legend of Tomorrow,
Right.
Yeah.
Supergirl.
Right.
Yeah, they basically own CW. But I'm very excited for this. Hopefully, there's a dark one in there for us.
Hopefully, there's mix of live action and animated.
Yes.
Yeah. Hopefully, yeah. Hopefully, I'd like to see something like that
Some
they
live
put
action.
on Netflix, like they do for the Marvel,
Yeah, Punisher,
like
Daredevil.
Punisher, Daredevil type.
Yeah.
Where it's a little more adult content. But
Yeah.
we'll see.
Yeah.
I mean, like we've said, we know that the whole target audience of Star Wars is kids, but there is something that you need to bring older fans into.
Yeah, because there's fans like me that've been around for
Yeah.
30 years, well, 40 years,
Yeah,
a long time. Let's put it
A
that way.
long time.
and
That would like to see stuff that's more adult content. Or
Like
not,
I've said,
adult
it lets the
oriented.
It lets the product of Star Wars grow up with them, which I really like. So you got like stuff for like kind of littler kids, like Forces of Destiny.
Or
Then you got something more for like 12-year-olds to
like
14,
like Rebels.
Rebels. And then actually, Clone Wars is more like 14 to 17
Yeah.
type material.
Then you have the movies,
Yeah, and then you have
which
the
also
movies,
can
which
be
is basically
10 to
everyone.
everybody.
Yeah, and then now you just need something for like kind of 18 and up. So yeah, that'd be sweet if you could do that. But yeah, that's all the topics that we have today. If there's anything
What's our
else you want
time? What's our time look like?
to talk about today, let's see. Oh yeah,
Yeah, we can probably wrap it up.
yeah.
Unless you guys have something else you want to
Nope.
say
Just
about anything.
very excited for Han Solo. That's what I got.
And taking back May the 25th, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
That's when the original
Right.
movie was released. It was May 25th. That's why they picked that date.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if we're gonna. How soon after Han Solo do you like? Once it's released, do you think we start hearing stuff about the Obi-Wan movie?
I wouldn't be surprised if we start hearing a lot about it after Han Solo.
Yeah, once the hype of Han Solo has died down, I think you'll start getting Episode 9 and Obi-Wan Kenobi, and maybe even some Rian Johnson stuff at the end of this year.
Well,
Yeah.
it's certainly like whatever Dave Filoni's working on.
Yes,
Animated-wise.
after Rebels.
Rebels.
And the next big thing is Rebels starts back up here this month, or is it
Yes.
next
Yes.
month?
Into this.
End of
month.
this month.
this
so.
month. Or I was gonna say something, but I completely forgot. Dang it. It's gone. But I hope that you guys enjoyed this 41st episode. We're past how many years Star Wars has been around. Because 40th celebration.
Yep.
It was last year, so
Yep.
this is 41st year of Star Wars.
We're tied.
We're
Yep.
tied.
So we beat it out. Or we're about to beat it out in the next
Yeah,
episode.
If weeks are as long as years. I mean months. If months are as long as years. No weeks.
Weeks.
Only
yeah.
41 weeks.
Yes. I hope that you guys enjoyed, though. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed. Jay, where can people find you?
You can find me over on our Facebook page, Red2 Chatter. Post up all the news of the week. Also, find me on Instagram at JWilsonByDesign and on Twitter at JBird51.
Next.
And then you can find me on YouTube under Major Glorix, link down in the description below. Just started up Yakuza 3 and just started up Persona 5 again. So, I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, that's about it. And we'll see you guys next time. Bye. Bye-bye.